Super Sim.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. And it's out of the gun. They'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won, and one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game: surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws, maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here, and I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Little. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. We'll get that complete to Reed. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
To Joe Reed. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers, but how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
Score Saints 3, Panthers nothing.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit
Sometimes
better.
It's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
22,
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 13 carries, 51 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on them.
He'll try and run it. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're going to look to throw. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas.
The pass.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 at the 47-yard line.
Steps away. He'll run it. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Quarterback on the scramble.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
First down, Carolina.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
34.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
The pass.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
A 3-yard gain on the play.
On 3rd down, Carter. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Number 34.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the 1st quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on 4th down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Back to throw here. Rolling to his right. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Carolina.
It's their quarterback with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 25.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That's good.
11 yards there, 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Little. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll set up to throw. And his pass incomplete.
The pass.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Making the catch is Sternberger. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Complete.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but
yeah,
no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
The pass.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
His kick is good. Makes the score Panthers 7, Saints 6.
So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Quarterback is sacked.
So a first-quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind, he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them, maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. He was able to get away initially on that play, but ultimately not much space to roam.
Great job there by them containing him because you mentioned he got away initially, and how many times does that end up with a guy taking off for 15 or 20 yards? Here, the support was there, and they made the tackle for a loss.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
7, Saints 6.
The Panthers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
It seems to me that our friend, Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
47 on the carry.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd and 9 now. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The pass.
A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
Now 3rd down. And
they'll look to throw. Open man is Reed. He's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7.
9. Panthers 7.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Three yards remain for 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's the option. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been four-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's
out of the gun now. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
The pass.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
19.
3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
8-yard line.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads
on 2nd down. It's Carter. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Taken down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all, 3rd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So on 4th down, Matt Rule brings out the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And they take the lead here by a point, 10-9.
Saints 9.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick better running off the field.
At their own 24-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Derek Brown on the stop. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield.
Intercepted.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Carolina getting set to take the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have him a little bit off balance. I prefer...
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
7 yards. It's 2nd down.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle.
Number 22.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Fumbled on the play.
Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
At the 30-yard line. A gain of 4.
2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
His throw incomplete. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flushed out right. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Powers through. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Fighting a safety valve here. That's complete. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. As he throws there, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. We'll get that complete to Reed. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47.
It's 4th down.
So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Cowboys on top as they play the 2nd quarter. Amari Cooper, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Steven Sims, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. The Rams still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Saints take over 1st and 10. at their own 19-yard
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
That's good for us.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw again. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger.
The pass.
7 yards, the pickup there.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 18.
The pass intercepted by the Panthers.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
2nd and 7 at their 40.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And Caldwell's got it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks. That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Touchdown, Carolina.
A 2-yard touchdown grab, and the Panthers add on to their lead. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver's at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will ring him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Little. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
And here's a throw. It's complete. And there is a flag. So a big 2nd down pickup. But will it hold? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They're going to look to throw. And ball there drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He'll look to throw.
As defensive coordinators around the
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The pass.
That catch good for only a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
To Ian Thomas. 5 yards on the play. And
on 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that will be incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
I'm going to call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Got the tight end, Sternberger. And he is going to have a Saints first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
1st and 10.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Little. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
On the carry.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
The 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. The try. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big chunk of yardage there. 37 yards.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jay Sternberger, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints move back within a couple of the lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Saints will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to take off with it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
The pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete.
The pass.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43.
Gain of 16 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans' 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's an excellent stop right there here in this tie game. They're doing their best to hold the fort and at least force a field goal attempt.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Christian McCaffrey.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Touchdown, Carolina.
Curtis Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is